Today we're gonna go over whether dropping out of school is worth it in my experience with all of that. I'm gonna kind of intertwine like dropping out of university and college into dropping out of high school, but then I'll elaborate a little bit more on high school just because I've had personal experience. Like I never went to college or university because, well, I didn't finish the 12th grade as I dropped out in grade 12, but I'll try to convince you to one side and the other. I'll give you the pros and cons. I'll be totally real with you. I'm not biased in any way. Like I think university can be good in some aspects as well as college and high school, and then there's some negatives to it, and it all really depends on how your life is set up and where you currently are. So first, I think I'll get like the does out of the way so we can have the two extremes out, right? If by high school you are making a lot of money and it's hindering your time towards serving your business and growing yourself as an individual, if you see no future that education can give you, then don't pursue it. I'd recommend to at least finish grade 10. I don't even think in most places you can drop out before grade 10, but I'd honestly recommend to finish high school for most people, unless it's super killing your mental health and you just can't go through with it. The thing about school is you can finish it anytime. Now, I know people are going to reflect on you poorly, but at the end of the day, if you have good character, if you are a stronger individual mentally, physically than most other people, then let's just be honest, most people's opinions won't matter to you because you know that at the end of the day, you have your own life sorted out more than the people that are shaming on you, right? This also goes for university. Like if you're in the middle of uni, you start a business and you just randomly start making like 20, 30, 40, 50, 100,000 a month, upwards like millions per year. Why are you going through university? There's no job that you're going to get past uni that's going to give you more money unless you start working for like a private company, but then your chances are better off to just start a business. If you have that level of smarts, I just recommend to start your own firm, right? Now at the other end of the spectrum, if you're not very ambitious, if you're not particularly outside of school really hustling to try and find something, that I would recommend just go through the entire school program. There is a caveat here. If you finished high school and you have proven to yourself countless times as a person that you're very motivated and you can literally accomplish any task that you put your mind to, I would not recommend going to university. If you see yourself as an entrepreneur and if you've proven yourself that you can actually do things outside of the education system without the assistance of some like big daddy telling you what to do, you know, all your teachers, all your principals, then you should most definitely take something like a gap year or just not do university whatsoever. But if you have not proven yourself and you don't have really any accomplishments, then just go through university. At the end of the day though, I would recommend taking a gap year just to find yourself out more or less and see if you are ambitious enough to pursue something else if you don't want to go through school. Now at the other end, if you want to go through school, if you want to become like a lawyer or a doctor and that is genuinely of your interest and that's what you want to do, you are motivated to do that, then yes, go 100% do it, right? You're gonna get pretty good pay, and if that is what drives you, if that's what motivates you, if you've been watching too much Better Call Saul, then yeah, become a lawyer, bro. Like no one's stopping you. Even though I am personally against it because it's just not part of my purpose, it doesn't really fulfill me to go through school. Like I hate it myself. I'm not gonna hate you if you become a lawyer. Like we need lawyers, bro. Like how am I gonna get away with all my tax fraud? I need a partner in crime, you know what I mean? Hey, by the way, bro, I'm just joking, bro. If anyone watches it, I'm joking. Let's get into some negative side effects that do happen to you once you actually drop out and just kind of what to expect if you're gonna go through it. Be ready to have a lot of family issues, especially if you're dropping out of high school. You're gonna have to fight for it and you're gonna have to really follow your own path. You know, you're gonna have to carve it out yourself. Sometimes, I mean, I'm grateful enough that after the whole fight with my family about dropping out of high school, we've been on good terms, which I'm super thankful for. It's an absolute blessing in my life, right? It's like no matter what I do, I'm supported at the end of the day. But I know that it's not like that for all people, right? So this is something you should expect. If you have any family issues, then dropping out of university or especially high school, you're gonna have a lot of family dramas, man. Another thing is just like public perception. Most people won't take you as seriously unless you actually achieve like something grand, right? So for a lot of people, if I don't tell them that I like run these businesses and I do this and that, if they just like hear from the grapevine that I haven't finished high school, they regard me as an absolute idiot, right? And this will also be more dramatic with older people. See, a lot of the older generation is still kind of programmed towards that old industrial revolution, post-war, post-World War II way of living, right? Which was, you know, go through high school, go through university and get a good job, because back then, yes, you could actually sustain an entire family from a university level job. Nowadays, it's like you get a post-university job and you can barely sustain an apartment, right? So these people frankly don't really understand, and you shouldn't really listen to most old people because a lot of them are still stuck in their ways unless they're very wealthy and or in the position that you want to be in. Then sure, go ahead, listen to them, but but most old people won't have anything good to say to you. So just like kindly disregard them, speak to them nicely. Of course, you should always be polite to as many people as possible, but if they're not where you want to be, disregard all the advice they give you. Some pluses of school, I mean, you're gonna have more prestige, just like all the opposite of what I now mentioned. One thing that I would like to talk about is the social interaction aspect of school. I think that is stupidly overblown, and you do not need to go to school to have good social skills. I hear that debate all the time. They're like, oh, I want to go to uni for the socialization. How am I gonna meet friends if I don't go to university or like school? If you just read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People over 3 times, you will have better social skills than 99% of the people that ever went to high school or university. So let's just throw that out of the window. Most people, just like think of your high school, think of your university or college. What do most people do? Most people stay to themselves and they're pretty antisocial, right? So let's just throw that all out of the window. At the end of the day, if you want to be social, you will find a way to be social, right? If you're ambitious enough to make the decision that you're not going to go to one of these institutions just because you know you're better off working for yourself, doing your own thing, working on your own passions, then you're probably ambitious enough to learn social skills. That's literally the least of your worries. Social skills are kind of easy compared to all the other things that you have to go through in life, right? Now, once again, I still want you to remember that you could finish school at any time. Like in the very worst case scenario, if everything goes horribly wrong, you can always come back to school. I've seen 30-year-old women do university, 40, 50-year-old women go to university, like 40-year-old dudes do uni. You can always do high school at any age. You can always get your GED finished, then go to uni. Do whatever you want. Age doesn't really matter for school, but of course, take this with a grain of salt. If you know yourself to be a lazy person and not motivated whatsoever, consider your options. Try to think of the most logical and fulfilling path that you could take. But yeah, I might make a part 2 to this video as time goes on. I might think of new things to tell you, new things to educate you on. Also, if you have any experience of your own, drop it down in the comments below. Tell me how your experience is going through university or college and high school, or if you dropped out, I'd really like to hear it. I'll read all the comments. I don't really get a lot. But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one, bro. Peace out.